It's almost a little too hard though.
You need to be very cognizant of the first time player experience.
I don't think it's an esport optimal game. I think
There's too much going on.
too confusing for casual.
Many major streamers say Deadlock is too hard to play, too chaotic to watch, and too confusing to understand. And yeah, for the most part, they're not wrong. Deadlock is chaotic. It's overwhelming. It throws everything at you from the start. But maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what gaming needs right now. Is Deadlock too hard, or is it exactly what gaming needs? Let's start with the obvious. Deadlock doesn't hold your hand. It drops you into a match with various tools, tips, heroes, abilities, and an in-game shop full of items that sound like wizard economics. On top of that, there's a map system that blends lanes, minions, towers, and player movement like you've never seen before. Shroud says it's too chaotic to even watch. 10Z says it's too complicated for casual players. XQC calls it mentally exhausting. In the Score Esports, they flat out claim that Valve botched the launch of Deadlock. 17 minutes of reading tools and tips before even firing your first shot. Yeah. Not exactly your weekend pick up and play kind of game. I do want to also say that Shroud did say some good things about the game and says it has potential to be super huge in the coming years. And here's where the too confusing critique hits home. The community on the subreddit for Deadlock frequently complains. The movement system feels deep but unintuitive. The UI is crowded, the item shop is dense. Some players say, I bought something randomly and hoped for the best. Others say that they turned the game off because they felt lost. This is one of those games that need a real tutorial and not a textbook. So yes, the streamers are right, difficulty is part of the problem. But accessibility is another. If players aren't sure what to do in the first 10 minutes, they'll bail, and that's the danger zone. Why Valve made it this way? Here's the thing, Valve doesn't do easy. They can, but they often choose depth. Look at Counter-Strike. Conceptually simple. Shoot the other guy. But mastery? Decades deep. Look at Dota 2. Launched with criticisms of being unlearnable. Sound familiar? Valve builds games to last, to become communities, to evolve. And Deadlock? Deadlock feels like the next chapter of that design heritage. It's not just a hero shooter. It's a hero shooter / MOBA hybrid. It's 6v6, third person, hero based, with lanes, NPCs, item shops, abilities, and a mobility tech. So yes, it definitely feels alien at first. It feels messy, but maybe that's by design. The goal? Mastery over convenience. Now I've seen both sides of this discussion. On one hand, new players boot the game, die in 3 seconds, and are hit with the endless amounts of items in the shop and a spectating camera that is incredibly hard to follow. And honestly, that is bad. If your first match leaves you feeling incompetent and confused, that's definitely a retention killer. But on the other hand, there are players who love that it's hard. They're saying once you understand your role and stop panicking, it's like learning to see the Matrix. This includes playing at a high skill level, including movement, team play, and ability combos. That's the separation point between casual drop-in and the motivated learner. The chaos you're seeing now, that's the cocoon. It's what separates the casuals from the committed. And here's the emotional pull. Gaming used to be about discovery, failure, and mastery. We learned by falling off the bike, not by hitting training wheels. Deadlock sort of reminds us of that. It brings back the satisfaction of earning your way into understanding. But let's keep it real. Challenge doesn't give you a free pass to confusing onboarding. Players still need to have a fair start. And that's the tipping point for Deadlock. From what I've seen, here's where Valve can lean in and make a big difference. Firstly, we could have guided progression. This can let players unlock heroes in a natural way rather than feeling thrown into the deep end. Included in this guided progression, we can have 3 short missions that cover movement, ability, and item shop mechanics. This could be potentially something Valve adds into the full game, as you all know it's still in early development. They could also reduce or simplify the user interface. The spectator experience gets hit by the same problem. Streamers said it's tough to spectate. Cleaning up ability icons and showing hero power spikes, as well as simplifying map info, can turn the chaos into clarity. Leaning into the creator ecosystem and community learning can also play a huge role in developing the game. Players are already making fantastic guides. Valve could amplify that. Create official starters referencing community videos. Build the How to Learn Deadlock ecosystem. Finally, maybe having some transparent expectations, framing the game as hard on purpose, letting players know early that this game is for growth and not instant fun, that honestly builds trust and sets the right mindset. However, simplifying the user experience could also help. If Valve pulls this off by finding a balance between complexity and simplicity within the user interface and community, they won't just fix the retention, they'll build loyalty. A community of players who stick around because they invested, learned, and improved. Here's a personal confession. When I first loaded Deadlock, I was lost. The icons seemed to mock me. I didn't know where to go, what to buy, or what role I had. I thought, maybe the streamers were right. This game is just too much. Then after some matches, it clicked. The lanes made sense, the movement mattered, the ability timing and item progression, it became a flow. One moment I escaped a fight with a perfect combo and thought that I earned it. I realized Deadlock isn't just trying to please you, it's trying to push you. It's asking for your time, your learning, your effort, because when you finally get it, you don't just play, you master. It's not supposed to be comfortable, it's supposed to challenge you, to make you want to come back and be better than you were. So yeah, Deadlock's hard, but so were all of Valve's greatest games before they changed gaming forever. If Valve nails the onboarding, keeps listening to the community, and maintains the depth without watering it down, Deadlock could become the next competitive giant. It's not a broken game, it could just be an unfinished masterpiece. And for those of us who stick with it now, we're not late, we're very early. We're building the understanding, the journey, and the story. If you want to understand Deadlock before the masses do, hit subscribe. I'll be here, breaking down updates, mastering systems, and building a community. Because sometimes the hardest games end up meaning the most. If you guys haven't already, drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.